G'day everyone, just thought I'd throw a quick video up. We're heading for some tough times here in the 2020 hunting season down under in the southern hemisphere, probably right across through Africa, New Zealand, Australia and into South America, Argentina and a few other places. A shout out to Robbie Kroger from Blood Origins, who's bringing that plight to awareness across the northern hemisphere through Instagram and a couple other, and probably YouTube. Is doing a great job there, and feel free to search out Blood Origins on YouTube or Instagram and contact Robbie. He's all for hunting. He's based in America and he's from South Africa originally, so he's got a deep hunting heritage and he knows what it's like. Hunting Arete did a podcast with him probably about 10 episodes back, and you could search that out and have a listen and see what he's all about, if that's what you're after. On top of that, guys, I know a lot of people and a lot of hunters are going to start doing it tough financially. My heart goes out to you. It's going to be tough times and very unknown. I don't think, that we've had nothing like this in the last 100 years since Spanish flu. The world's a smaller place. It's spread a lot quicker. And, well, the die's cast now, and do what you can and get out what you can, but don't dwell on it. And if there's lost opportunities, take the time to keep training hard and prep your gear and catch up on reloading or any sort of other gear, a bit of gear maintenance that you should have got done. And keep your thoughts positive and keep hammering on, as Cam Haynes would say. The other element of it is, if you do have a bit of spare cash to spend and you're looking at updating some gear, it's probably a good time to do that. It might just be the cash flow that some companies need to keep their head above water through these rough times, whether that be internationally or domestically. Given the domestic situation with coming out of this horrendous summer with the bushfires, it's probably a good idea to support Australian companies. I noticed it last week. One of the companies I've bought a bit of gear off, they're not really hunting associated, but Wild Earth had some good specials on. Now, when I've been back hunting and running a few video cameras and still cameras and GPS and the like, I've carried this bit of kit here. This is something that Robbo put me onto. It's an Anchor power core. It's a USB rechargeable battery that via the 3 large USB outlets you can recharge USB style devices. My camera, the GH5 here that I'm filming this on, can be charged by it. GPS can be charged from it. It can also take 2 charge inputs here, which is a really good idea. So you could charge this on the way in or traveling between days on a hunt, from one place to another. Hook it up to a solar cell, a foldable solar cell that you might have on your pack, and this is stuck in the rear pocket charging up while you're traveling, or just sitting inside your tent with a solar panel on the roof. But it is pretty hefty charge in that, 26,800 milliamp hours. That is rocking some power, that. So given that, and the fact that I've run 2 headlamps most of the time, one which stays in my tent, so if I've got light when I wake up to find me kit, brew up and have some breakfast, and I carry a second one that always stays in my pack. So when I'm out, if I'm coming back in dark, I don't know I've got it in there. It never comes out of my pack unless I'm going to use it from coming back from a hunt towards camp. It's just, I've been caught out once or twice before without a light. Fortunately, I've been with a mate in those stages, and it's just a whole lot better to have your kit dedicated to a specific purpose in that scenario, if that's what you if that's the way you like to roll, which it is. You know, I don't like swapping gear around. So I'd been on the hunt for a second headlamp that was USB chargeable off the Anchor. So what I ended up with, because Wild Earth had a bit of a special on, I picked up one of the latest Petzls. It's a Tactica RGB. Now it's 350 lumen on full belt on the white LED. It also has a red strobes. It has green and blue. It's a good bit of kit because it takes AAAs, and you flip the back open where the AAAs are, and it can take this. This is Petzl's new rechargeable battery called the Core. Has a USB plug in there and will plug straight in to that. Now, what the literature says, and I will test this out and get back to you in a later video, that headlamp with that battery in it should be good for 160 hours on low power. The strobe, which is possibly handy for a rescue situation, you can point it straight up if you've got a helicopter inbound for recovery, is the strobe function on it is good for 400 hours. As I said, it's got 350 lumens, so if you're trying to find an animal on just after last light that's been downed, that'll be a good help. It's light, it only weighs 85 grams. So I'm keen to give that a lash, and we'll probably see that in some upcoming videos, providing we can get out amongst it in the coming months. So with that, just everyone stay cool, look after your family and friends, watch what you're doing. Obviously social distancing, this is serious. There's all sorts of ramifications, and like if you were sort of thinking this is being blown out of proportion somewhat, maybe go and have a look at a couple of Joe Rogan's videos off his podcast that he did with a fella called, I think it was Michael Osterholm, who's a infectious disease and pandemic expert, and he speaks about some of the supply chain issues that we potentially will have, which could impact a whole lot of areas. It's just a bit of an eye-opener to someone that works in that area but thinks about issues across a whole broad spectrum of things. Hopefully we come out of this a lot better. I think we'll see some big changes. Government hopefully supports a whole lot of local manufacturing, so we're not at the whims of some other country. And keep your chin up, keep on working, and get out there. Thanks a lot, guys.